Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 102nd episode of Wednesdays for Waste Warriors. And we welcome Aditya. Good evening, Aditya.
Very good evening.
An enterprising young man who's innovating the one of the most like the biggest pain points that the industry and people are struggling with. That's packaging, and they have a rather innovative solution to that. And we'll listen to what he has to say, how that journey started. And Wednesdays for Waste Warriors has been going on since 2023. Over the 2 years, we've met so many innovators, entrepreneurs, individuals who've done something, who've created something that has helped their neighborhood, their society, and the larger society, the country, like a nation building exercise. And we are very excited and eager to learn from you, Aditya. How did you think of this and how did that story begin? So, my first question would be your organization is called Roha Biotech. So
Right.
how did you choose, or what is the meaning of Roha, and how is it relevant to what you're doing?
So we were looking for names, mostly in the Sanskrit origin. So we call Aroha Viroha.
Mm-hmm,
Uh, so the Moola Shabd is Roha, which means shooting up or growing up.
mm-hmm.
Uh, so we thought like, okay, fine, we are growing the mycelium and we're also growing the packaging and the company is also growing right now. So why don't we keep Roha? That's it. And in the initial days, we were towards the marine. I come from Visakhapatnam, so it's a beach. We have beautiful beaches there. So I'm more interested in this marine ecosystems and all. So that's why whale tail you can see in the Roha Biotech's logo.
Yes, yes, I had a question about that. So thank you for including that. I was very interested to find out कि ये मछली, how did the machli come in the, the mushroom and packaging. So thank you for sharing that. And you did engineering, chemical engineering.
Right.
Now, how did this start? Like, how did Aditya think that, okay, I'm a chemical engineer and I want to do something?
Right.
Or did you join some, a good a job or a campus placement or something like that? How did this happen?
Right. जब मैं कॉलेज में था, I used to do a lot of biomimicry courses. Uh, it was very fascinating to me to see biomimicry in action. So one perspective I used to have is seeing the nature as a chemical engineer.
Mm-hmm,
So once I started seeing plants as the chemical engineers, how many chemicals they produce.
mm-hmm,
Not only that, the fungus, the animals, were also biochemical organisms. So this very much intrigued me. So if you see the most efficient chemical engineering product a nature made is a human being.
mm-hmm,
Uh, it is very self-intelligent. You have all kinds of motions. In you are literally the entire humanity is driving towards making machines that are as capable as nature. So that's what we are driving towards.
mm-hmm,
Um, this intrigued me a lot, and I explored a lot. I used to do a lot of trekking in the Eastern Ghats arena of Vishakhapatnam. We used to be like very good friends who used to trek a lot, college in the college.
mm-hmm,
So with the objective to learn from the nature,
mm-hmm,
that slowly translated into Roha Biotech's vision
mm-hmm,
to build a company that works like nature.
mm-hmm,
Even that, not only the company, the product, the technology, everything that we make, it should imitate the nature. Is one of the main agendas for starting Roha Biotech. So I don't know. I never knew that I can build a company out of it, but the agenda is this.
mm-hmm,
So with this, I marched down straight out of the college. I got very good job offers, and my also I used to have a aim to go out and study higher sciences, but I kept it to a pause.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the college. I thought like it was it was very for a imagine a 20 years old guy. He
Mm-hmm.
has to take a decision. Three options are in his place: a well cushiony job where he can see growth,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and his preferably he will land it into very good university what he is aiming for,
Mm-hmm.
and a very risky startup.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that risky step with I don't know what boldness came in me at that point of time. I took it and I started building Roha Biotech like that.
Wow. So that was how many years ago?
It was 2019. I still remember August. I took this
Wow.
decision. Yeah,
Okay.
and I conceptualized everything in November.
Okay. And then suddenly life changed.
Yeah,
COVID lockdown happened.
yes.
So
So
then
that was
how did it impact you?
um, too much because this is bio stuff.
Yeah.
कुछ नहीं कर पाते at that point of time. So restart किया 2022 में
Mm-hmm.
because everything was locked down at that point of time.
Mm-hmm.
So 2022, within 18 months, we have went back to the lab. We
Mm-hmm.
started everything from lab to pilot within 18 months.
Wow.
Pilot, we launched it in the market within 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Good, good one. So during that lockdown, you were not able to access the lab or do things, or were you still able to do your experiments and that testing and all?
Oh, so this is completely, it needs physical infrastructure at
Mm-hmm.
place
Mm-hmm.
to get things done. We weren't able to do anything, but as a team, we have built ourselves in that point of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So now, let's say, coincidentally, 2019 August was the time when I returned back to India. So, wow, amazing. Um, now, my question is, if if you meet a youngster who's 20, who's done chemical engineering, and again, two three choices the person has, what will you suggest that young man or young girl, young lady, what should they do, or what paths should they take?
Oh, so it's a very tough question to answer. So you cannot. I never suggest anyone anything because I'm also it's first time experience for me in this human life. So I would say if you have the cushion
Mm-hmm.
uh, of 1 to 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you can try a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Say if you have enough time, enough resources to explore, why don't you explore?
Mm-hmm.
Because once the youth is gone, it is not going to return back.
Yeah.
So whatever you want to do in a positive, constructive way, so do it in 20 to 30 itself.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, the responsibilities will kick in too much. So before that, you know nothing what how to deal with the world. So this is the best time. So they can take their own decision if the job interests them. So take a job, but at the end of the day, they have to be at the same point of energy while they started the day. They should not come out with a long face. They
Yeah.
should be happy throughout the day. So that's the agenda of everything.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. If you're choosing something, then you might as well be happy doing it.
Yeah.
And it's your choice to change. If you don't want to continue doing it, you can change as many times as you want, but be happy. That's what I believe. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that a young man has already started thinking, you know, right from the beginning. So that's a very right approach and attitude to have. Um, Now about your pilot and your launch when it happened, how did mark, like, you had some expectations, or like some projections ki aisa hoga, so
Hmm.
how was it received? How did people tell you ki, are you mad, why are you using this, what is wrong, there are so many other material, why are you after this, something like that happened?
Yes. Pehle, when I conceptualized this material, nobody believed this could exist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the professor, so we are incubated with IITM Bio Incubator. So the professor there, he was also really shocked. He gave me like 6 months of time to prove the PVC, because he's like, this is too futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows that there is a potential to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So the execution part of it, he was little hesitant, because you know how many young chaps will make it out. So because they're all over the place, not too much focus. So within 6 months, I proved this will happen. Then he believed in me and gave me incubation. So that was the first thing. I got the pulse that nobody will believe in this material, but with my persistence effort, I have to make them believe that hey, this material is viable. That thing I catch it very young. So all my employees, when they started, forget about the clients. So when they started working with Roha Biotech, it's like, oh my God. So I cannot even imagine this. The biotech grads and all. This happened. Then I observed this exclamation marks in their faces. So when we pitch this to any other people outside, they are like, no, 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 it cannot be too good as you are saying. There should be some fault in it. So I was like, no, it is literally grown. The packaging is grown as a tree grows.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like lot of hesitation. So they come to my office and they re-verify it and then confirm it. So, so this is a kind of thing that happens. Even all of my clients, we offer them an visit to the factory. We'll show them this is the process, then they will believe what we are saying. So else they'll think this is too good to believe marketing stunt.
Absolutely. Like there should be some catch. That's what, people try to find out. How can it be so good? There has to be some catch. So
Yeah.
exactly. Where is your factory? Is it in Chennai?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I wanted to ask a question. You mentioned biomimicry.
Yes.
Many people are using that term, and it's very fancy and very beautiful, and wow, it sounds so cool and all that. Would you like to share with everyone who's joined today what is biomimicry? When did you first hear about biomimicry, and what fascinated you? Yes, you said about the treks, but uske alawa, as a chemical engineer who's a very scientific minded person, uh, how did you get attracted to this, and something about biomimicry?
Oh wow. So the treks we used to do were main points, because my eye was looking out for any kind of it. I don't know what I can call this feeling, but I used to look at a bigger picture. So one random day, one of my professors handed over me this book. It's called Biomimicry.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I started reading, and I understood one thing, that the modern machines are so dumb. Uh, so nature has built. So there is one point. Nature is 4.2 billion years old laboratory. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever that passes the test are us. Whatever failed is a fossil.
Yeah.
So my mind blew at this. I still remember this for a very long time.
Wow.
That then the author says that why don't you copy from the nature? The technology, the platform, the framework is already there. So you can cut, copy, paste, and make the existing systems even more smarter,
Wow.
so that we can live along with the nature.
Mm-hmm.
So, being a chemical engineer, my eye will fall onto those big industries. So, wherever I see pollution, so wherever the chemical industry, chemical engineers are there, yeah, sad to say, they built the modern economy to an extent, but they also polluted enough. So, I thought like I don't want to be this kind of guys, even though the jobs and the money is lucrative in here. Then the tricks where we go, my eye towards the nature changed. I used to see every organism as a chemical factory,
Mm-hmm.
and used to read, understand it a lot, their functions, and they slowly we understood. couple of principles from the nature. So there are like 9 to 10 principles that nature uses energy when only needed,
Yeah.
right? And it recycles everything. There is no idea of waste in
Wait.
nature.
Absolutely.
So, and there are many things. It banks on diversity, it rewards cooperation. So, these two things I can build a company out of them, a diverse and team that rewards cooperation. So, this is all we crave for while building a company, right? So, and when something grows beyond, uh, it corrupts from within.
Hmm.
So when say a plant, it becomes too big. So what happens is it cuts itself down to become the optimum shape. So what it is growing on. So there are many, and all of the nature runs on sunlight.
Mm. Yeah.
So so we thought like, okay, fine. Imagine all this proposition comes into a modern day factory.
Hmm.
So how cool it would be.
Mm.
So this was my first thing while building Roha Biotech. We bought this biomimicry principles. So and there are various levels of biomimicry. Some just cut copy paste the design element of it. Some will go into the functional properties of it, like how a cheetah runs.
Yeah.
Uh, you can build a robot that runs like a cheetah or a mule. So there are various elements to it. We went into the deepest layers of it to explore and build a product, and we did it.
Nice. Wow. Amazing. So you are also um, an educator, a person who's teaching the concept when you're pitching to someone, or you're hiring someone. So it must be starting from there, right? You're teaching them literally from the start, because they are not used to कि oh मैं पहले वहां पे काम करता था, which was similar. No, this is entirely a new concept.
Yeah.
So have people shown great interest in working with you, or they are kind of I'm not so sure. Okay, have they shown that?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, I can say.
Okay, great.
We meet all kinds of people in this journey. So I was like, I got habituated to it.
All right. So how did your first client? How did that manifest or convert? What
Right.
did you do first?
I still remember that moment. No, my heart was pacing. So no business person will forget their first client.
Please share. Please share.
So it was very simple. We got a random email that went into the spam box.
Oh.
I was just checking. Sometimes important emails do go into the spam box. I was checking random emails. So then I got a too good to believe thing. One very big automobile company, they are saying that, hey, we are looking to shift away from thermocol. And while I was looking for green packaging in the SEO, I found you. So are you guys based out of Chennai? I said like, yes, yes, we are. Why don't you come and meet me once? Like we are interested. We don't know what you do, but it looks interesting. And so that person was leading the change inside this very big MNC towards sustainable packaging. So we were like, okay, fine. Let me try this out. And they gave us some samples to make their automobile parts using our mycelium that were initially made by thermocol, that packaging parts. So we kept on thinking for 6 to 7 months because there is a lot of effort that goes into it. So because no one designed a automobile part ka packaging using mycelium before, so there is no ready-made playbook for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So we were testing it inside out 360 degrees. We went back and forth. We understood how many layers of decision making is there
Mm.
before acceptance of one material.
Mhm.
So imagine this happens with one customer. If I have to become the golden standard of packaging, so how many more I have to do?
Yeah.
So that clicked in me. With very much patience, we answered to every question of theirs.
Mm.
So from packaging line executive to the director of R&D.
Mm.
So then we landed up to do a pilot with them. The pilot became really successful.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, and we are taking it forward from there.
Excellent. Excellent. Perseverance, believing in yourself, confidence, and so much more. Awesome. This is so good. Um, how did there must be people who must have thought this is not going to work out. Why are you wasting your time? Why, what is this? You can do so much. Now,
Yeah.
how did they change? What did they start telling you after this successful pilot and the, the client coming in?
Right. So these kind of people, I find them from my ideation level till now. So like all kind of people. So initial levels, it was my family and friends. So they are like, Aditya, look, I know you are very ambitious. So, but being ambitious, don't waste your intelligence and youth into this venture. So I never listened to them at that point of time. So when I made the POC, the question was scaling up into a pilot.
Yeah.
So there were many questions that came in terms of technology. Can you build it inside the India?
Mm,
So it hasn't been proven. Why do you take the burden of manufacturing onto yourself?
mm,
So once the technology comes into India, you build a business out of it.
mm,
So then I said I never kind of listened. Then we made a pilot. So now once it came to a pilot, we have proved the pilot working in the market. See, this mycelium packaging is protecting all kind of goods that kept into it. Even if you ship it with most even train or even India Post, I can say,
mm,
you ship via them, so it doesn't break, it goes well. So now the question is like, can you scale it up to the competitor, which is thermocol? I think it's too big of an idea to scale up, and it is a very competitive market. And so we get all these questions. Now I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to build it anyways. I have built it last. So yeah, it's a game of patience
yeah.
and also a lot of trust inside ourselves. So these questions comes around, but the thing is, we have to be pragmatic, take this into account, but that should not affect what we are doing, because at the end of the day, if I go down, my team goes down.
Yeah.
So I keep my spirits high.
That's good. So that means next time when we listen to or we find someone, a parent or a friend who's saying that my son or my daughter just doesn't listen to me, they are doing what they want to do. So we have to tell them, listen, let them do what they want to do because they can do it. They have the idea of what they want. So I really believe as a special educator, as a mother of two children who are in teens and not teen anymore, but they need to have their own free will to decide, fail, redesign, and just do it. Because otherwise, I think home and family is your best and safest net where you can do it multiple times. When you are an adult, 40 years old, and then you do all this trial and error, तो थोड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है. But initially, you are allowed to do it. So great, awesome. Um, what will you tell? Oh, I have a question actually, and I will request all the participants, if you have any question, please put it in chat. um, so have you figured out, like, it's a mushroom is like a fungi, it's a food, like a living thing. Is there anything, any material or any product which will not be compatible, or which where we cannot use this, or it can go with everything?
Okay, mycelium materials can compete with thermocol or styrofoam that goes into our appliances packaging, and industrial clutch plate package, automotive packaging.
Mhm.
Not only that, certain kinds of beauty products packaging. So this material is limited to this application.
Okay.
Um, so we cannot replace flexible plastics using this.
Okay.
This is first limitation. The second one is, so we don't want the food products to come in contact with it directly,
Okay.
because even though this is certain edible kind of a mushroom, there is a lot of inhibition around the market. Most of us, India is not a very big mushroom consuming country. So we avoid direct food contact, but you can always pack your honey bottles, ghee bottles, sauce bottles into it, and you can just use it,
Okay.
right?
Okay. So, as in the bottles or something that is kept in a bottle or in a box that can be shipped, but not directly like fruits or, not directly packed in this.
Yes.
Can be the outside packaging.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So that means any kind of bottle which is made out of plastic, bamboo, wood, or glass, anything can go, right?
They can.
Have you figured out if it reacts to something or it has no such issues?
No, it has no such issues. It is very stable product. So you can compare it to that of paper.
Uh-huh.
What paper can do uh, in terms of how you use paper, you can also use this. How you use styrofoam, you can also use this.
Okay. Yeah. So this was my question too. How do you grow such huge quantities of mushroom and where do you grow? And
Oh,
any chance
we
of
do,
contamination?
yeah, so we do it in lab.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we grow up to 4 tons of mushrooms per month. So
Okay.
it's not the mushroom you see. I can show
Yeah,
this.
please.
So this material, all the whiteness you see around
Yeah.
is mycelium, so the root part of the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
So if from day zero, mushroom is 180th day of a mycelium's life cycle.
Okay.
Cut this entire process down at seventh day.
Okay.
So you can see only this white color cells.
Yeah.
So this is all the mushroom cells called mycelium. We work with them. And coming to the contamination, so there are two types of contamination. One is cross contamination after the product is produced. So
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have anything. So this is heat killed. So
Okay.
the mushroom is dead forever and ever. It
Okay.
won't grow back again. So while the process, we don't have any contaminations because we put down utmost, and I can say we put down the best practices out there while growing this all the mycelium cells in-house.
Mm-hmm.
Our contamination rates are less than like 1% while we do it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you're growing this quantity of mushrooms, you are growing it only up to seventh day, and then
Yes.
it is used, like harvested or used.
Yes.
You're kind of making a slurry or some kind of a paper mache kind of thing, and then putting it in blocks, and that's that kind of a process.
So similar, not too similar. So we collect the agricultural residue from the farms directly from the local farmers.
Okay.
We bring it, say you get your rice straw, we pulverize it, which means a reduction in the size. So we make it into a powder.
Yeah.
Then we cook it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This is also called pasteurization or sterilization.
Yeah.
So once that is done, outer microorganisms are killed.
Yeah.
Then we already have a pre-built molds that are there. So this is one kind of a mold.
Yeah.
Um, so we have another kind of a mold. This is for ghee bottle that we are doing.
Uh-huh.
So we pre-make the molds and we fill this agricultural waste, add little bit of mushroom into it, the mushroom cells into it, and we keep it in a dark room for 7 days and you get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever shape you want, you can get it. You can make a ball, you can make a cup, you can make a packaging. So even you can make acoustic wall panels. So
Okay.
this is a panel that we are making. So this has got a lot of sound absorption properties
Hmm.
and thermal insulation properties. The idea is to replace gypsum in the near future.
And plus, it's lightweight.
Yeah.
Great, great. I think I read about that somewhere, that it was either you had mentioned or someone that it was going to be used for the acoustic walls. And that was really interesting because it can have n number of solutions, provided we do some research. So, do you have an R&D team who's kind of searching up possibilities, or you're now focused on these products first, and then that'll be phase two?
So 90% of our efforts currently are going into making the scaling up of this mycelium packaging. So, but the 10% we always keep innovating uh,
Hmm.
because we are a innovation first company at any point of time. Right?
That's nice. And we have another question from Smita. Can you explain what happens when this packaging is disposed? What if it reaches the landfill?
Imagine a banana peel going into a landfill. Whatever happens to banana peel, that happens to mycelium packaging. It gets broken down. It becomes one of the main components of soil.
Yeah.
It nourishes the plants out there. So, and it is certified biodegradable by CPET.
Okay, so it's 100% biodegradable. We don't have to worry. That is the, I would say, thank you very much. That is the biggest challenge with thermocol and styrofoam and all of that. So great. I bless you, and I think we are all sending you blessings and best wishes कि आपने इतना अच्छा एक solution निकाला. What about the cost? So cost wise, Vaishali is asking how much is what's the difference between your product and thermocol?
So thermocol 1 kg is currently being sold at 180 to 200 per kg. So we are at 240, slightly more at a pilot scale. But we will bring this cost down to that of styrofoam once we scale up to a industrial manufacturing setup.
Wonderful. That's not much. Yeah, wonderful. So now Gunjan is asking heat and fire resistance property and can it be used for plates and cups?
Plates and cups, no, because molded fiber can take over the plates and cups very easily. You right now there is dry molded pulp technology that is coming up that is catered to the F&B sector.
Mhm.
So coming to heat and fire resistant, this doesn't catch fire at all. So it is very good fire resistant material.
Mhm.
Where thermocol is combustible, so you can light it on fire, it is gone within a moment. So this one is fire resistant up to 600 or 700, 800 degrees Celsius. So it's not a problem. Coming to the heat resistant, it is a very good heat insulator.
Okay.
Uh, we can use this property even in commercial buildings, in our offices and all, to do partitions that are insulated all by themselves.
Hmm. That's great. And like, pardon me if you think this is like silly, but how is it fire resistant? Like, what makes it fire resistant and heat
So,
cause?
basically, if you take parali, it is not fire resistant or combustible. है.
Huh.
लेकिन the mycelium here produces chitin, the polymers of the mushroom. So they digest this agricultural waste and make them into a non-combustible materials.
Okay.
That's the magic of mushroom playing out there.
Wow. I
Yeah.
did not know mushrooms are so magical, but yes, wow, amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Fabian has a few questions. Your site mentions the process is carbon negative. Could you please share that?
Very good question. So currently we are using 90% less energy for production of same 1 kg of thermocol. Same with respect to the kg of thermocol. We use very little amount of electricity, first thing, and whatever the parali that is or bagase that
Yeah,
is otherwise burnt
yeah.
uh, in the fields. So we are bringing it down and making this material out of it.
Hmm.
And while we are doing it, there are no effluent gases or effluent liquids or solids produced in this. So
Okay,
it's a very clean process.
okay.
So that makes us, the process in itself is energy, very energy efficient.
Questions?
And if you account the amount of parali that is otherwise burnt
Yeah.
in the field, so we are reducing it totally.
Mhm.
And this in that manner we are carbon negative. So this year we are doing our analysis. So last year we did the biodegradability testing around it. This year we are doing LCA analysis. We'll report that data at the end of the year
Mhm.
probably.
Nice. So you're sort of very close to zero waste process.
Yes.
Very cool. Wonderful. We love those things that are zero waste and carbon negative. Now, I think you have already answered this, but the question is, does the limitation on packaging extend to FMCG products like hair care, skin care, etc.? I think.
Yeah, so you can package your serum bottles in this packaging,
Hmm.
shampoo bottles in this packaging. So, but you cannot put your shampoo liquid in this mycelium and you cannot ship it.
Yes, yeah. So this is only an outside packaging material, not something that can contain or hold the product, the liquid, or anything. How scalable or limited is the process for mass purposes given the growth time and the extended approval process from clients you mentioned?
Right. Look, when styrofoam was introduced in India in 1970s,
Mm-hmm.
nobody knew that this material exists.
Mm-hmm.
So one of our mentors launched this material.
Oh,
Uh, so now he's helping me launch mycelium again in the same
oh,
market.
that's nice.
So it was a patient game. So there is this very big MNC they were launching. There was a lot of pushback back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, for next 70 years, this material ruled the market. There is no other material that can replace styrofoam that a human ever can think of. And the decision making also changed. Even the primary packaging is also changed. They used to do everything in tin,
Yeah,
uh, canned things. So they slowly shifted to glass or plastic packaging. Even the appliances became lighter
yeah,
because there is some cushioning around it. So that is the unseen influence of styrofoam in the entire ecosystem. So now it's time for the mycelium to create the next standard for coming decades to come. And we want to make it the gold standard of packaging. So which means that we are so confident that we can scale it up to a mass production levels. So the for last 36 months, I can say we have cracked various levels of technology that enables this entire mycelium packaging to scale up. To say we are right now at 4 tons per month, we want to go till 4 tons a day,
mhm.
kind of a facility that is doable as of now, and we are going to execute it in very near future.
Very nice. So you are the new new disruptor. Very good. That's excellent. I'm so glad we are talking before this scaling thing has happened because after that तो मुझे appointment ही नहीं मिल पाती. You would be so busy.
It's not like that.
So, how does the product do on price comparison? Both that has already been asked, and how difficult or easy was it to get funding for Roha? Uh, like you mentioned, incubation, but did was that enough, or you needed more and you had to chip in yourself?
Right. The initial days were tough because a lot of personal money was going in. So until we proved it, like couple of POCs to happen. So because the biotech, its initial investment is really high. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like easy SaaS. Like with a computer, I cannot just write a few lines of code and then scale it up or down how I want. So we need to understand a lot of dynamics, and this is not a um, single engineering subject where I can just go. It is multidisciplinary in nature. So biology, material science, packaging science, a lot of sciences comes into the play in development of it. So initial days was really tough. Every day was a challenge. So the next day was a question mark. So then we got funds. We got funded by Birak, which was throughout a backbone for Roha. With that, we scaled up. We also were winners of UNIDO's FLCTT program, which means UN funds low carbon footprint technologies. So that actually accelerated our growth really much. So now we are raising our first seed round, which is $1 million check. So and again, this is again tough. So because the investors are always they are really interested about this material and they are at the same time skeptical thinking that this is too good to be existing right now, and I need to come back. So they will look into it. So, but there is a lot of interest, and they also are foreseeing regulatory tailwinds are moving away from thermocol.
Yeah.
Thermocol is in its last phases of its life cycle before being dead forever. So they are foreseeing it. So we have to prove our capabilities. We already have proven, demonstrated. Now we will even prove ourselves more and get the seed round done really soon.
Wishing you all the best, all the very best. How did you put together this team of various sciences and innovators and constantly thinking risk takers? How did you put together this team? Are they all friends or how?
Okay, my co-founder was my friend. She was working with a alcohol fermentation company. So that's called liquid state fermentation. What we do is solid state fermentation, but fermentation basics remains the same.
Okay.
So I roped in. She was leaving to Italy, and I was like, no, no, you cannot go there. So I cleverly brought her in, and she was phenomenal. The rest of the team, we built it from the Chennai.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and we have been mentored and supported by very good brains in this whole throughout this process. We have grind ourselves really well. That's how we were able to do it.
That's excellent. Excellent. So there's another question about scaling. Um, when you talk about scaling, do you plan to share it with other manufacturers or you want to do it all by yourself at Roha?
No, only Roha. You see, again, I'll go back to my principles of biomimicry. Nature works on decentralizing the technology and the network.
Mm-hmm.
You have to share with it with everyone,
Yeah.
and everyone has to contribute again back to the nature. So that's how it grows. So my idea is mycelium has to become the gold standard of packaging.
Mm-hmm.
For that to happen, many brains and many people's energies should come and pitch in. So we are going to start our first big manufacturing unit and prove this as a blueprint for rest of others to take it up and start in their geographies. So why that is important? Because if you see styrofoam production, it is and consumption, it is very geographically limited.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever styrofoam is produced within 200 kilometers of its radius, it is totally being consumed
Okay.
because you cannot shift above 200 to 300 kilometers. The logistics cost will be too much than that of the product.
Absolutely.
So we have to have many players coming in, and we are looking to license this technology out to the right people while we are going it so that it will be much more impactful.
Hmm. So, suppose someone wants to do this in a tier two, tier three city. All
Yeah.
right. Is there a geographical or environmental kind of list that the weather should be like this, the temperature should be like that, it shouldn't be too hot, it shouldn't be too cold? Are there any requirements to set up that factory and the entire system, or it can be done anywhere?
Mostly around 27 to 30, which is almost you can find across the India. 27 to 30 degrees Celsius is more doable kind of a temperature. We grow in between this range
Hmm.
to mushrooms. So I think we are not geographically too much limited, except you are sitting somewhere in very upland Himalayas. That is not doable. So rest of the plains is doable.
Okay.
Uh, so 70 to 80% of India is doable.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah.
What will be,
We can scale
let's
it
say,
up.
a farmer who already has a field and who has all these agriculture residue that's to be processed or ठिकाने लगाना hai instead of burning, and if they want to set up something like this in their village or in their farm, how much will it take, or like approx idea of kind of investment, or what should they think कि हमें कितना पैसा लगाना पड़ेगा?
ठीक है, ए उनका फर्स्ट जॉब होना पड़ेगा. सो इफ ही इज डूइंग फार्मिंग एंड आल्सो दिस इज नॉट डूएबल. ही हैज टू बी टोटली फोकस्ड. ही हैज टू कम आउट एज अ पैकेजिंग guy first.
Mhm.
So then that is doable. So
Mhm.
if he has to start say 4 tons a day, means lagbag 100 tons a month kind of a production plant. So it takes them 500,000, like 4 crores to start it.
Okay.
100 tons is huge. They can start with half of it. You can rest. They can calculate out of it. So for a industrial MSME to be done, it will take 1 to 1.5 CR entire setup to do it, and he can grow based on that.
Hmm. Okay. So, do you have to buy the parali that you are using, or is it just collected from the farmers and they are happy to give it away?
Currently जो पराली हम ला रहे हैं वो हम खरीद के ला रहे हैं
Oh.
at a very minimal cost.
Hmm.
Because it's not the parali, it's about the transport
Yeah.
and baling of it includes the cost. Rest of it, it's not a problem.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. So, there's a question apart from interest, do you foresee actual support from investors for the new material such as yours?
Yes, yes. The investment scenario is very positive.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're optimistic at the same time pragmatic
Mm-hmm.
at this time. So we see a lot of support from the ecosystem coming up because it's the future is near for the thermocol to end
Yeah.
its journey.
Yeah, absolutely. It did its job. We have enough in the landfills and everywhere, choking our water bodies and everything. So it's time to say bye. And good job that you appeared or you manifested this at the right time. So absolutely wonderful. Now we've heard you. What next? What do you want to do? What do you see? What would you like to tell those engineers who are still planning? My son wants to do chemical engineering. He just finished his 12th. So, what do you want to tell these youngsters who absolutely don't have that hands on experience, um, but they would like to understand what else chemical is, not just like the lab stuff. You can do much more than that. So how do you give a message to those youngsters?
Oh wow. Um, you put a lot on my shoulders right now.
No, it's important. You are a role model and a wonderful role model.
So, when someone says they like and they take chemical engineering, I totally appreciate it because it is most fundamental engineering out there that is much needed for the humans. I think a chemical engineer, the role of a chemical engineer has been ever demanding, and it is also very constantly changing.
Yeah.
Um, So if you take a century back, so there were people in the chemical engineering only. So they were when they first discovered this petrol flowing out of the earth, so the crude oil. So the guys who handled it efficiently and built the entire civilization out of it. So the most important people are chemical engineers. So they can handle the crude out of it, the oil and gas out of it. So once oil and gas has to be matured a little more. So these people stepped in with plastics that made everything lighter for us. So and again they have misused a little bit of it. So whatever the fertilizers that you are seeing there, the metal you are seeing there, so these people always stepped up to it. So now we have a one more big responsibility as chemical engineers to take the humanity to the next level. So you have did it with petrol, now do it with natural materials that are out there. So more than number of barrels that are left in the ocean or your land, there is more cellulose available in the plants. You can it's a sustainable material. You can continuously harvest them. So try to build a building out of cellulose. So plants, if you go back to redwood trees out there in the Canadian forests, so they have been there for thousands of years and they will live for another thousands of years. So don't say that cellulose is not viable for construction. You don't know how to construct it. So
Yeah.
figure out a way.
Yeah.
Uh, nature nature makes most of the chemicals that you see. So say a lot of things, what we use in your daily homes,
Mm-hmm.
what we use in the industries.
Mm-hmm.
So there is always a sustainable alternative to it.
Yeah.
So which is really good. You can build it.
Yeah.
So this I can say this responsibility is on shoulders of every chemical engineer out there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and imagine once they unlock this technology for rest of the world, there is no seeing back. So we can survive here for another millennia. Forget about a thousands of years or hundreds of years. So our humanity will go a little longer.
Yeah, that's really nice. And I think apart from the chemical engineers, you also said those who are studying material engineering, production, like bio and all, they
Yes.
should also look at this as to be part of the sustainable tribe and apply their engineering or knowledge into this.
That's very true because in nature there is no chemical or mechanical. Everything works at the same point of time. So it works as an interdisciplinary thing.
Yeah.
So we have segregated ourselves for sake of learning much quicker and better. But it doesn't work like that when you go into the real sciences. So yeah.
And we just want people to segregate their garbage. That's not happening. Everything else is getting segregated. So I hope that with mycelium based packaging, when it is like popular and everyone's using it, we will not be worried about how it's choking anything. We'll be like, okay, it's 100% biodegradable. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And will there be a buyback? Do you think there'll be a buyback or collection thing that you don't have to produce again and again? Can it be reused?
So one of the main problems with buyback is,
Mhm.
so if I'm a manufacturer, I produce million units per month
Mhm.
and I distribute it across the India.
Mhm.
So for me to use them from the million touch points, I have to bring them back to one single source. So it is a very difficult job to do, and the logistics effort that goes in will not be so lucrative and is inefficient.
Mhm.
So there are certain kind of materials that have to be built to vanish.
Mhm.
In- So this is one of the material.
Okay.
Yeah. So if the supply chain is very much localized,
Mhm.
say it is more hyper local delivery, if the company is doing, so bring it back, reuse it, works. So if it is pan India delivery, no, it is not so efficient.
Okay. And can it also be used? I just remembered those thermocol ice boxes. Can
Yeah.
can this also be used like those ice boxes
Yes. Pretty much.
for camping and all that?
Yes, it can be used.
Okay, great, great, great. Awesome. It was lovely. I enjoyed every moment of our conversation, Aditya. There's another question. Oh, how many times can it be reused before disposal?
So why to reuse it? You can reuse it. Look, so we did one campaign that was fairly successful. Was once you get this, fill
Hmm.
it with soil. There will be a seed pack, and you can reuse it as a planter.
Planter.
So you can grow some very basil seeds into it, make a salad, and then enjoy. So that's a good way to reuse.
So is it like it can hold, it can be like a planter, it can be used like that? It won't like disintegrate and all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it takes like 3 months of time to disintegrate. Meanwhile, your plant will outgrow itself.
Okay, good. You have a good plan. All the questions are answered. Wonderful. So, option for partnership with 10-minute delivery companies?
Yeah, if the 10-minute delivery companies are looking for it, we are open to it. Yeah, but that arena is hyper competitive. So first they have to look at a sustainable solution like this to fit into their model. We can do it.
They all talk about sustainability.
Talking and executing are two very different things.
And they all use brown paper bags with chemical inks printed, and they talk about let's make comic books out of that, or your children can. I'm like, what? Okay, so that's greenwashing is not appreciated. That's all. Now there's a question: how water efficient the whole process is?
Oh, um, to produce 1 ton of mycelium, we will use somewhere around. Okay, I can say we produce 4 tons of mycelium here in month in our factory. So 4,000 liters of water
Mm.
is daily used. So half of it goes for human consumption in the office,
Mhm.
half of it goes for the production users. So 2,000 liters into 30 days is what we go
Okay.
with.
Okay.
It might be even be less. I'm giving a very less number.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah.
So, is there any washing, wastewater, any of that?
So we use water only for humidification purposes.
Mm.
Means we give out water vapor
Yeah.
for the mushrooms to grow.
Yeah.
So while mixing, say if you are taking 100 kg of agro waste,
Mhm.
we add like 30 to 40 liters of water to get it wet.
Okay.
Uh, and to make steam,
Mm.
while pasteurization, we use a little bit water. That is, for every 100 kg batch, we use 250 liters of water.
Okay.
So the thing is, it's very water efficient. I haven't done a water audit till now. We are doing carbon audits right now this year. That's the target. So next year we'll look into the water audit also.
Good. Wonderful. We are hopeful that the water audit results will be awesome and you'll be proudly claiming that, listen, we don't waste water.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Can bioenzyme be helpful in this process?
Oh, the funguses are the main producers of these enzymes.
Mm.
So the bioenzymes that you produce, so they are mix of bacterial and fungal consortia out there. So we use little bit higher funguses that can break down anything and everything that you see, even plastics.
Nice.
Uh, so yeah, we actually this is part of we use enzymes to do it. Uh,
Wow.
but they are actually produced by the fungus itself.
Okay. And that also, so you have a process in your factory to make the create the bioenzymes for
No,
the.
the thing is, we inoculate the mushroom, and mushroom, while it is growing, it
Okay.
releases this enzyme into the agri waste to break
Yes.
it down while it's growing.
Yeah.
It's so powerful enzymes.
I've seen those videos that you put the agro waste and those little seeds, and then it just sprouts out of those holes.
Yeah.
So that's really fascinating, very fairy tale like thing, coming out. So I'm sure that 7 day thing is your. Uh,
Yes. Yeah. It's similar. Yeah.
I'm going to try that out. It's a good. But I heard that you need to have a dark room, you need to have this and that. So I was kind of, no, I'm not able to figure out that entire space, so I can't grow mushrooms. But whoever has that, please do try. It's very lucrative. Awesome. I thank you so much, Aditya. It was very. What is your social media account? Now you have a fan following now. Roha Biotech.
Roha Biotech, you can figure it out. It's there on LinkedIn. We are most active on the LinkedIn. Uh, Next to that is Instagram.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. And I'm sure everybody who's joined, they are super excited to have a click a picture with the wonderful innovator. Let's do that. If you want to have a photograph, please switch on your videos, and then we'll have a memento, keepsake. Yes, definitely great things are in process. We shall. Everybody ready? Should I click a picture? All right, here we go. Thank you, everyone, for so many questions. It was incredible. Really had fun. And thank you, Aditya, for your patience. We are kind of 5 minutes, we took 5 minutes extra, but every moment was worth it for us. So, all the best. We want to see you as the top notch packaging uh, disruptor जो सारी चीजों के packaging will be Rohan will say, oh yeah, we had a chat with him, yeah, yes, we know about this story and all that stuff. So good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye. Thank you everyone for joining. It was really awesome. See you next week.